the Ashanti regional capital. And with Ebola spreading fast in West Africa, some hospitals in the country are not adequately prepared to fight the disease. We now cross over to the Ashanti region, and my colleague Evan Sinkum is standing right back to actually tell us what is happening there. And well,
the issue of Ebola, which is spreading like a wildfire within the West African region. Currently, we have 89 suspected cases, but the good news for this country is that none of these cases has been confirmed positive. I mean, it's a great news or good news for us. But if we should have a case here, somebody is saying, God forbid, but we should have a case here, what is the readiness of the Kompanochi Teaching Hospital? That is exactly what we will be finding out very soon from the acting Chief Executive Officer of this hospital, Mr. Ofejima. A very good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon.
And thanks so much for being on Midday Live. Are you ready for Ebola?
Yes, we are ready in case there is a case. So far, we've had 5 suspected cases, which fortunately have all proved negative. What we've done is to prepare a place, an isolation place, the main ward for the polyclinic, which we have converted.
Now, the last time I came here, I didn't see any isolation center, even though there have been rumors that Kompanochi has an isolation center, which you have also come out to debunk that particular or refute that particular information out there. We want to find out from you, from your own mouth, what is the state of readiness here? Should we have a case now? What are you going to do?
Actually, it is not a real isolation, is normal meaning. What you have here is a holding bay.
Okay.
If you should have any suspected case, this is where you will send them. And then if unfortunately it proves positive, then we have to arrange to send the case to the Kumasi South, where there is a proper isolation for them, for the region.
All right. Let me speak to Dr. Kwaku on this very issue. Now, Doc, what about the other facilities that you must have, I mean, as a hospital? If your isolation center is ready, or if you're having a holding bay at the moment, do you have the other facility that can see to your protection if you are attending to any suspected case?
Unfortunately, WHO has been kind enough to give us about 60 personal protective equipment, but there is more that we can do with. Relying on our internally generated fund alone, our local budget will not be enough. We will need lots of infusions, we will need lots of gloves and disposables, and we will continue to need it. Unfortunately, like our chief said, it's only a holding bay where we hold suspects until, if it's proven, then we transfer to the real isolation center where they will be more endowed and it has a national focus. I think we could still do it more.
Now, honestly, I think the holding bay that you're talking about, I see it's like more of an improvised ward. Are you kind of putting measures in place to have a total isolation center that will deal with this issue?
Yeah, as I said earlier, the region is preparing or has prepared Kumasi South Hospital as a full isolation. What we're doing here, because we are the major hospital here, if there should be any case, it is possible that that's where they will report.
Okay.
And therefore, this is a holding bay for them for the time being. If it's an isolation area, then it has to have some more preparation. And I think we all, as a nation, as a region, focusing on Kumasi Hospital, South Hospital now.
Now, on February, this hospital was hit with one of the most crises in its contemporary history. We're talking about the issue of Suweba, or if you like, the Mason stillbirth. Since that time to date, what has the hospital done internally to ensure that such an incident never occur again?
Well, you know, the Ministry of Health instituted investigations into it. We also did our own internal investigations and found that there are areas that we can do better. And we have responded to the Ministry of Health recommendations, which actually were about the same as what we found here. We have revised our clinical protocols, and we are training and retraining. Every day, people are being trained, and we are speaking to ourselves also in the area of customer care. So as we said some time ago, we have used this nasty incident as a learning curve, and we are improving on our service delivery, both clinically and also in the area of customer care.
All right. Now, I think we will step outside a bit and we look at one particular project which has been stalled for over 30 years now. And I quite remember during the Sueba issue, when the hospital, the authority of the hospitals actually mentioned some of the difficulties that they are going through as far as ensuring proper management of maternity health is concerned. They made mention of this stalled facility, which to them, if it is completed, it will actually serve as, it will actually enhance the operations of the hospital as far as maternal health is concerned. CEO, what is the current state of this very facility?
For now, I think it's been suspended because of lack of funds. The project was started in 1976. After a few years, it was halted, and in 1999 it was reactivated. From that time, funding had been erratic and insufficient, and therefore we can't finish it. If you look at the reports from the investigations after Sueba, the most important difficulty is space. There's so much congestion in the maternity and children's areas that no one can give the best of care here. So this is a project whose completion is a must, and if we can complete this, then we will make a headway. Now we cannot complain about lack of staff. Our staff levels are not bad, but the space is just not there. Look at the labor ward that can accommodate only 8 beds. So at each point in time, only 8 women can be delivered. And this is a hospital that delivers over 1,000 women in a month. So it means that at each point in time, the women are in a queue. And you cannot tell who should be the first, who should be the second, because somebody at the back, just behind, the 8th person or the 10th or 12th person might be ready. And there will be no bed. And in such a situation, definitely there will be casualties. So this is a project that the state should decide to finish. It is critically needed for high quality clinical care in this hospital. Secondly, since we've invested so much in it already, I think it makes economic sense that we complete it so we can benefit from the project. It's a lot of investment we have already put in it, and I think we should finish it so that we can, what is left to do in terms of civil works is very little. And after that, then we have to talk about equipment and the rest. So we think that we cannot keep on wasting our money in this way. We should complete it and then be able to use it. Apart from clinical care, this is a center that will be used for training of carers in obstetrics and gynecology and then child health. And this will benefit more than half of the country. You know, as a teaching hospital in Kumasi, we cater for referrals from between Kumasi and the north, the three northern regions. You know, there's a Tamale teaching hospital, but it is a fledgling one, and we continue to cover them. So this is a project that will be of immense benefit to the people of Ghana, and we want to appeal to this government to be bold enough to invest in it so that we can reap its benefits. All right, so Ken, picture speaks louder than words. I think we've heard from the acting chief executive officer of the Kwamfanochi Teaching Hospital. Work on this very project unfortunately has stalled again, and we don't know when it's going to start. So from Kwamfanochi Teaching Hospital, my name is Evans Inkum. Now cross over to studios and join Ken for more on Midday Live. Over to you, Ken.
Thank you very much, Evans, and to the Chief Executive Officer telling us the need about getting that structure completed to serve the generality of the Ghanaian people.